Get me the Chief Whip, Bernard.
Yes, Prime Minister. Get me the Chief Whip.
Now.
Now. Oh, hello, Chief Whip. Are you in number 12? Well, the Prime Minister wants to see you urgently.
Now.
Now! Thank you. Sir Humphrey.
Oh, yes, Bernard.
I'm very troubled by what I've just learned.
What is that?
Well, I feel as if I've been walking about with my eyes shut. I never realised that there was a cabinet plot against the Prime Minister.
Is there? How interesting.
But you said there was.
I said nothing, Bernard, nothing at all.
You mean, oh. Well, do you know if there is a plot?
No?
No, there isn't, or no, you don't know?
Yes.
Sir Humphrey, what exactly has the Employment Secretary done?
Nothing as yet, Bernard, and we must keep it that way.
But isn't his plan rather a good one?
For whom?
The country.
That is hardly the point. Why not? Bernard, when you move on from here, where do you plan to go?
Well, I don't know.
Well, how would you like to be Deputy Secretary in charge of Defence Procurement?
Oh, gosh.
In Sunderland, or Berwick-on-Tweed, or Lossiemouth?
Is that a place?
Lossiemouth, what do you think it was?
A dog food.
Well, if the Employment Secretary has his way, you may get a 3-year diet of Lossiemouth yourself. You see?
Crikey, yes.
So how can it be good for the country?
Well, it couldn't possibly. But why did you suggest sending for the Chief Whip? To confirm a plot that doesn't exist?
Because he's bound to hedge. The Chief Whip cannot categorically state that there's no plot against the Prime Minister, just in case there is. He has to cover himself. Oh, good morning, Chief Whip.
Good morning. Could you wait in the private office?
Certainly. Bernard? Now, go in there and inform me of their conversation.
Well, I'm not sure I can do that, Sir Humphrey. It might be confidential.
Bernard, the matter at issue is the defence of the realm and the stability of the government.
But you only need to know things on a need-to-know basis.
I need to know everything. How else can I judge whether or not I need to know it?
So that means you need to know things even when you don't need to know them. You need to know them not because you need to know them, but because you need to know whether or not you need to know. And if you don't need to know, you still need to know so that you know that there was no need to know.
Yes.
Good. That's very clear. Chief Whip, Prime Minister.
Morning, Prime Minister.
How are things going, Chief Whip?
Oh, quite well, really. Why?
I mean, you've noticed nothing?
Well, it's a difficult time. A bit of unrest on the back benches. What did you have in mind, precisely?
A plot? A leadership challenge?
Ah. Yes. Well, actually, I have no real evidence of anything.
But you have suspicions.
Oh, I always have suspicion.
How far has it gone?
Only a very,
Early stage?
early stage. As far as one can tell.
Do you think you ought to have a word with him? Tell him I know what's going on. I don't want to lose him from the cabinet. I just want him under control.
Perhaps you should have a word with him yourself.
No, not at this stage. Who else is involved?
Apart from
Apart from Dudley, obviously.
Dudley? Yes, of course, apart from Dudley. Well, apart from Dudley... Well, it's a bit early to say. I mean, there may be nothing in it.
Geoffrey, I'm not taking any risks.
No, absolutely not. Now, I'll go and make a few more inquiries.
Prime Minister, this proposal to send defence establishments up to the north is bound to be leaked to the press, isn't it?
Oh, bound to be.
Well, if it were leaked as the Employment Secretary's plan, I agree it would confirm your suspicions, but I'm sure it will go out as a government plan.
Are you? I'm not.
Ah, the evening paper.
God! Look! Swine! There's your proof, Humphrey.
Good heavens, I'm astonished.
Sources in Whitehall report that this imaginative plan, an initiative by the Secretary of State for Employment, has been blocked by the Prime Minister. How dare he? Dare he?
Speechless.
Speechless. I backed him all along the line. I fought for this soddy little plan of his. I gave him his first cabinet post. I've treated him like a son. This is the thanks I get.
How sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless cabinet colleague.
It's envy, you know. Dudley is consumed with envy.
It's one of the 7 Dudley sins.
Yes, thank you. Prime Minister, shall we start to draft your letter accepting his resignation?
Well, it's not as simple as that. He'll deny that he leaked, so why am I sacking him? Besides, he's even more dangerous on the back benches than he is as a minister. A sacked minister doesn't even have to pretend to be loyal.
So you mean you'll go ahead with his plan?
No, I can't. Not now. It'll look as though he's defeated me. I can't risk that. It's a good plan. So, perhaps... no, I...
Prime Minister, you're not being indecisive, are you?
No. No, I just can't make up my mind.
Well, perhaps I can help.
How?
Well, technically, of course, I shouldn't be showing you this.
Why not? I'm Prime Minister, aren't I?
Indeed you are. That's why I shouldn't be showing it to you. It's a Ministry of Defence draft internal paper. The Secretary of Defence hasn't seen it yet. But as you will see, it casts grave doubts on the Employment Secretary's plan.
Does it?
It points out that many of the valuable buildings he quotes can't in practice be sold. Some are listed. Some have strict planning controls. The cost of the move would be prohibitive. It would create massive unemployment in the home counties and East Anglia. And in Part 3, there are pages and pages of objections on the grounds of military strategy.
And all this is absolutely honest and accurate?
It comes from the Ministry of Defence.
Even so, it could be honest and accurate. You know, I think the public has a right to know this.
It is a top-secret document. On the other hand, the service chiefs are notorious for their indiscretion.
Notorious.
It could well find its way into the hands of some irresponsible journalist.
Quite. Or several irresponsible.
Several indeed.
Of course, I could never be a party to anything like that.
Certainly not. So, Prime Minister, shall we defer further discussion of the Employment Secretary's plan to an unspecified future date?
Yeah, let's drop it.
Prime Minister, meanwhile, I'll go and attend to the plumbing.
When's he going to leak it?
Did I ask for a leak, Bernard?
Well, not in so many... No, you didn't.
No. I occasionally have confidential press briefings, but I have never leaked.
Oh, that's another of those irregular verbs, isn't it? I give confidential press briefings, you leak. He's been charged under Section 2A of the Official Secrets Act.